Ya regresé de nuevo. I'm back. I'm on a roll, you guys, honestly, because I'm having these videos left and right now. Yeah, this video is basically gonna be about how I started to get into this style and my tips for you guys if you ever, if you kind of like are curious on how to kind of begin, like, the basics of this style, how to look like a doll, dollcore, all that, coquette fashion, mode. Well, I'm gonna give you guys like insight on all of that and everything, and yeah. So basically, I started to get into this style when I was in 8th grade. I was like 13, 14 when I started to become, I would start to take an interest in this sort of style. I wouldn't really say I had inspiration from anyone, because I kind of really didn't. It was like an intuitive feeling for me. I was kind of always naturally drawn to more frilly stuff, doll like colors, pastel colors, bows and all that stuff, like just cute little pastel things. In the beginning it was basically just pastel things, but yeah, when I started getting into high school, that's when I started to embrace my interests a little more. Like not like right now, like obviously I look pretty extravagant right now with like a whole setup and everything, but when I was in high school, I would just put my hair into like 2 little pigtails, chonguitos, whatever you want to call it, and I would just make my own ribbon bows. Like I would go to like Walmart or Hobby Lobby and get like some ribbons, and I would just DIY my own ribbons, or like just tie them on my chongos. I would go to the thrift stores. I would look in the night section, because you know how like in the night section they have a lot of cute little pajamas and stuff, they have nightgowns and everything. Well, I would go to that section and I would try my best to find any cute vintage nightgown that I could find. In fact, let me show you like an example. So basically I would just go get some like nightgowns, like full-on nightgowns that looked exactly like this. This is the first one that I ever got, that I would cut it, and you can actually see here, I would cut the nightgowns and I would turn them into shirts, such as this one and this one as well. I think this one was the first one that I ever got, and I was absolutely in love with this when I first got it. I would wear it a lot, and as you can see, it's also cut on the bottom, and I'll probably include some pictures of like when I would wear this and stuff. So yeah, I would wear pants with these shirts. As you can see, it was never too extravagant, but yeah, here are just some examples of how I used to dress when I was younger, and yeah, basically that's how it was. So yeah, I feel like I'm going all over the place, honestly. I just was drawn to it for some reason, and I would watch these videos like about dolls because of there's this one video that Melanie Martinez had posted. Like it was the audio was, no, it wasn't an audio, it was a clip of a film of dolls and stuff. I think it's called Jabberwocky. I don't know if you guys haven't heard of that or anything, but I was so drawn to it. I was like in 6th grade when I saw that, and I was like, wow, that's pretty interesting. And then from then on, like slowly, progressively, I started to be more comfortable in like wanting to dress openly like that in public and school and everything. Yeah, starting freshman year, I was embracing it a little more, and I honestly would get called out a lot in good or bad ways. So there was times where there was people that were like snickering and like, basically just laughing at me because of the way I dressed. But then there was like other people that would be like, oh my god, you're so cute, you look like a little doll, and then it would just brighten my day up. But for the most part, I never really paid attention to the people that said anything bad about how I dressed. So that's just me. I would always deal with it in a certain way where I just didn't care. I would just keep walking. Either I would just look at them like, what the hell, bro, like your opinion doesn't matter, like it genuinely doesn't matter. That's another thing. If you are trying to get into this sort of style, it's kind of inevitable for someone not to look at you. That's what I learned throughout all of this. It's inevitable for someone not to look at you, because I mean, you're gonna be dressing like this, you're gonna be dressing with like frilly things, there's cute makeup like doll like that, like this, and like little ribbon bows, and they're just gonna be kind of pinpointing it as you're trying to dress like a kid. that's one of the downsides that I wish wasn't really like that for this sort of style. But in the end, you just gotta slowly work up to the courage of dressing the way you want. And getting into this sort of style does not have to be expensive at all, you guys. Trust me, I'm one to tell. Literally everything in my room was like thrifted. Most of, like, literally, let's say like 90%, 95% of everything in my room was thrifted. Like this was thrifted, this was thrifted right here. This was also one of the first nightgowns that I turned into a shirt, as you can tell from the little knot in the back. This was thrifted too. Look at that little cute doll thing. It's so adorable. That's why I'm saying, you guys, like, thrift stores are very convenient if you're trying to get into this sort of style, because you can find a lot of old vintage clothing, such as obviously the nightgowns and stuff, cute vintage knickknack. You can even find things like this, you guys. Like, this is a literal Care Bear, and this is so doll-like, like you can just pose with this in your little pictures and stuff. It's so adorable. This style is very particular, so Jesus, my nose is running a lot. It's not really hard to miss what kind of things that you would need. Somewhere else where I shop for clothes is on eBay for sure. Personally, because I'm a bit smaller, I search up kid sizes, size 11 or 12, maybe even 13, 14. On eBay you can find stuff like that, and not even just kid stuff, like also you search the keywords vintage dress, and a lot of vintage stuff comes up, you guys. Vintage nightgowns, vintage dresses, vintage even vintage shoes and everything. Somewhere else where I shop is AliExpress, sometimes Shein. There's literally stuff on Shein that you can find that's like Dollcore and Dolly, whatever you may call it. Where else? I will be linking the stores in the description if you guys want to see where I get some of my clothes. I feel like I'm rambling a lot. Anyway, moving on to the COVID times. During COVID, I started to have more time. Obviously, everyone had more time. I started to get more into YouTube, as you guys know. Like, you guys have seen my first video. It's like a little baby doll look video that I did for makeup and stuff. It's a tutorial. That's when I really started to get into Dollcore, because there was just so much time, even time to create my own things, like create my own makeup, create my own little lookbook. I started to go more into depth with what I really wanted to do. At first I did receive a lot of backlash for it, because I would do this little white under my eye, and I would kind of like do it under the inner corner right here, and people were like telling me that I was like Asian fishing, but I was so oblivious to it. Like, I was just like, what? Like, I had no idea what that was until people started attacking me and everything. So just be mindful of how you do your makeup, you guys, because there could be a way in which it may come off as Asian fishing. It could come off as offensive to some people. So how I do it, how I started to do it, if I ever used white under my eye, I would always make sure to never elongate it, and always just keep it as a little circle. Yeah, basically that's one of my tips for you guys if you want to do some doll makeup. Whenever you're trying to do your doll makeup, I like to add some highlighter on the very tip of my nose, and some blush as well, to create a little illusion of a little button nose. I know a lot of people don't like highlight on like the nose and everything, but it's embarrassing. But since I don't know how to contour that, I feel like that helps create a little illusion of a button nose if you don't know how to contour it. You can even add glitter to your makeup too. It does not have to be like super matte. I have a lot of tutorials on my channel too on like how to do some makeup that will make you look doll-like, make you have bigger eyes. Another thing that could help out with that is some contacts. As you can see, I have they're mini sclera lenses, and I just showed them in my last video. And blush too is very important if you want to add blush. It does add to that very doll-like effect. Maybe some freckles, if you can see. Okay, so I do have some fake freckles on, beauty marks as well. For the lips, you guys, a lot of people prefer not to make them rounded, and that's completely fine. but I do like to round my lips and outline them, like overline them just a little bit to make them more, you know, round and doll-like. This time I did not make it that round, like, because I wanted to give a little cupid bow effect, because that's also another way you can make yourself look so like super dollified or whatever. The makeup does not have to be expensive, you guys. It can literally just be from Walmart or like literally the dollar store. Elf concealers, NYX eyeliners are like super good. The NYX white crayon también, it's super good for the if you're ever trying to do some white under your eyes. What else? So the palettes, NYX palettes are super good as well. I started off with those when I first started, you know, getting into my makeup. So yeah, basically any drugstore makeup could do, you guys. And another thing when it comes to the makeup, the lashes also play a really big part on your makeup. Lashes just, you know, they bring a look together, you know, like everyone just knows that they bring a look together at this point. Not only that, but they also give the illusion of like much bigger eyes, like they pop more, like as you can see. Pretty straightforward, you know, basic advice for you know, the way you do your makeup. There's no right way. There's like, you can do whatever you want, honestly. Make it your own thing. There's even girls such as myself sometimes who do makeup completely opposite to their aesthetic. Maybe they go for dark makeup, a super extravagant dark makeup compared to like super cute dolly clothing, you know. I think that's a really cool combination. Anything dark and frilly mixed together, that's just it for me, honestly. It reminds me of like Morut fashion. It's a mixture of darkness and just, you know, dollified frilly stuff. Dollcore fashion can even be, you know, like with dark colors. It doesn't have to be pastel or anything like that. Like black, red, green, even like those dark red, dark green, dark, you know, all those colors, even brown. Like just as long as you include ribbons, lacy chokers, maybe some little lacy socks, as you guys can see. Oh, they do have lacy frilly socks in like Walmart, Target. You guys can go see that in like the socks underwear section. That's where they have them, I think. There is people that like give backlash towards this sort of style because of, you know, obviously this resembles a younger, you know, thing. I don't know, it makes me awkward saying it because it's just like, I just don't really see it as like that. So I really do try my best to make it known that I'm not, you know, younger than I seem. So there will be people probably that are gonna be, you know, giving you backlash on that, but I never let it get to me because it's just what makes me happy, you know. If it makes you happy, don't let anyone else bring you down, you guys. Like honestly, everyone says these kinds of things when it comes to styles and stuff, but it's the truth. You cannot let anyone define who you want to be and like how you want to dress, and it's up to you in the end. I've learned that throughout all the years that I've been dressing a different way than everyone, because there has been people that have bullied me for it, but not extensively to the point where like, oh, they're attacking me like physically and stuff. But it does get annoying, I'm not gonna lie, but personally for me, I never would let it get to me. I would stand my ground and make sure to let them know that I was never bothered, you know, unbothered. Like I said, guys, just take it slow if you want. Like take it subtle with like, start off with maybe some shorts and a cute little lacy crop top, a little ribbon necklace or whatever. Like you can even just tie a ribbon around your neck and that'll be so cute. Add some bows, some cute little necklaces like rosarios, maybe even some leg warmers. That's something subtle to me, honestly. And maybe just do a little cute little winged liner, some lashes, some blush, lip gloss maybe, and you're done. That's a cute dollified look. Like, it's that simple, you guys, literally. That's all that I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please let me know what you guys think about what I've been talking about all this time. I feel like I rambled, honestly, but yeah, just let me know what you guys think and give me some feedback and suggest some new videos. Ya saben. Bye guys, I will see you guys next time.